Yo, what's up with your boys and girls? Kosty here with the Pick
Some of
Dawgz morning show.
your
Money
boys
making
and girls.
Friday. Boys and girls. It's she, him, his,
All of them.
all of them, all the pronouns. It's just Kosty and Jeremy on this Friday. We might have one other guest join us throughout the show. Jeremy, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. Coming off a great night. I had 2 triple plays up. I swept one, went 2-1 in the other one. All of my top 5 plays hit last night, my 5 favorite plays. So nice night on the inner circle. And then you look at some of the other stuff that's going on. Top plays have been good. I called the Houston outright win. And then I gave out 4 props that went 3-1. I gave those out for free on my my lowdown. So if people tune into that, you'll see I give out a ton of prop plays for free.
I actually had a client. It's funny you say that. Client he's probably a subscriber of your regular plays as well. Just been a good friend of mine, big Ravens fan that happens to live in Denver. And he said, this is last night at 11:48. Jeremy Kahn is straight money on his prop plays. 11:48 last night, which for him was 2 hours earlier. I was already asleep when I got there.
Yeah. No, I appreciate hearing that because it's one thing to sit here and tell people what you've been doing, and I haven't charged for a single one of them on our site. I've given out all of them for free. But going back to a week ago, I went 13-1 in prop plays that I gave out for free on Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday. I had a 6-0 day on Sunday, and I gave all of those prop plays out for free. And last night, Houston plus 3 other props that hit. The only one I missed was Woody Marks under rushing, and he got over the number.
Yeah, and all of these things you can get for absolutely free if you watch the lowdown. Jeremy releases a video every single day, but it's not the first person that's told me that because you don't sell it. It just literally to make money with the props, all you have to do is watch 10 minutes a day.
So there were a couple of times, you know how it works. So on the site, I don't get paid unless the pick wins. If it's a singular pick or, got to hit 2 out of 3 for a triple play. So there have been times where I've given out 4 prop plays and gone 4-0 and missed the game. So then you win money and then you get you get your token back to go purchase another play. But I've had that happen a few times, but I've never had an NFL season this good as prop play. I think I'm hitting it like 70% in prop plays.
Now, do you do that on DFS as well? Is that something you just translate from DFS into the sportsbook side?
So like when I think about the jobs I have and how they all correlate together, I play a lot of daily fantasy. In fact, last night was a big night for me. I got second place and won a couple thousand because in the Houston game, I had Houston's defense as my captain, which nobody ever does. And then I faded Josh Allen because his worst games are against the Texans for whatever reason. So I faded him and played Mills and the other, a couple other guys that scored touchdowns. And then I had the Buffalo Bills defense and they scored a touchdown. So I finished in second. It was a nice thing to wake up to this morning saying, oh, that's right. I did put in a lineup that did that good. So, it does kind of correlate with it. But I've done prop play work for a long time because of daily fantasy. And then now it's like, well, if I'm going to do the work, why not throw it in with some other stuff? I don't want to charge for it because I don't want to type all that stuff out, to be honest. But I like throwing it in with my Monday night, Thursday night, and if there's a game on Sunday or Saturday, I really like.
Listen, it's I love the fact that you faded Josh Allen yesterday, and I talked about this on my free pick video as well, where you're going to have a correction, you're going to have an adjustment where nobody that goes for 6 touchdowns the week before at home is going to follow that up, right? Especially how poor the Bills have been on the road this year. They've done all their damage at home. If you could, in the NFL, I've said this for years, if you could rush the passer with 4 guys versus a running quarterback, that is dangerous because then you play man or you play zone and you have an extra guy back there. And now him running around, they're bringing pressure up the middle. Where's he going to run?
Yeah, we've seen this locally here with Lamar since we both live in Baltimore. That, with a running quarterback that's very successful at it, and it's a big part of his game, if you're going to run man, you got to have a spy. So now you have one guy that's watching you, but he's back in coverage and moving wherever you are. And then on top of it, if you're going to run zone, as you said, if you can fill those areas, it's too tough to fit things in windows with how talented these defenses are. And your pass rush is just going to get there. So Yeah, man, it was one of those games too. And like, if we can just go back 3 weeks, and this is what I talk about, especially with the NFL, what you did last week has nothing to do with what you're going to do this week. So if we go back to the Steelers Colts, right? Steelers smashed the Colts. And I was on the Steelers. I said, look, it's a hard pill to swallow. It's the right spot. Indy's the better team. Of course, the Steelers beat them. Then everybody's on the Steelers as they go out to the Chargers. So my top play was the Chargers, and explaining like they're not good. It was a spot game. Then the Chargers beat them, and everybody's like, oh my God, the Chargers are going to kill Jacksonville. No, they're not. I think Arizona wins this week against Jacksonville, but you can't base it off of, you got to look at road and home splits, how you played. I think all those things matter.
They do. And in the NFL, it's such a condensed schedule where every single week is a different situation. And I've said this for literally the entire season. You could print money just betting the unders on Thursday Night Football. Said it last week, cashed, said it the week before, because I do the show every Friday. And it's a free strategy that literally, yeah, will you make a living off betting Thursday night unders? No, but it's the lack of preparation. I say it every week. The Bills had one practice this week, then a travel day. On Monday, they're recovering from the game on Sunday, right? So with these teams, like I always say, football is not a contact sport. It's a collision sport. And Monday, it is recovery. Look how many injuries you saw last night. These players simply can't recover in 3-4 days. And it's hard.
I know, like, again, being one of the few people that can say this, like, if you've ever been in a locker room before a Thursday night game or on a Wednesday, and you're going out to practice and you see these guys, they literally look like they've been in a car accident, hobbled over, like moving differently. And then you factor in the middle of the season when you've been doing this all year long and what you're going through. I've said it for years, not that I want Thursday night football to go away. It's obviously something you can bet on, so I like having it. But you can't tell me you're for player safety and you make them play on Thursday nights. And if you were going to make them play on Thursday nights, which it's fine, give them their bye week the week before. It's so cut and dry to do it.
Figure it out, right?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it the first couple weeks of the season. It's not a huge issue then, but then start giving teams bye weeks.
That's it. I've been a big proponent of that as well, as to Thursday night is not a good game. It's just not a good game. And listen, I was on the under yesterday, but after the first half, the kick return touchdown, I basically thought I was dead in the water. If you would have went to sleep at the end of the first half and you had under 43 or under 44, if you got it early, you're probably waking up going, holy shit, how did that get there? They only scored 2 field goals in the second half, but it shouldn't have even been that many points scored in the first half. It was a couple quick touchdowns, turnovers, but it's just a very messy game, lack of a game plan. And usually the home team has an advantage. Now you're giving a home team dog at that, +6. It seemed like it was too easy, right? And in some situations it is.
Too easy. Yeah, it was. That's what it feels like. Like, again, you don't ever want to get ahead of yourself and think that it's a foregone conclusion, something's going to happen. But how many times have you been in a game, and I call them 50-50 games, you get down to the last 2 minutes and you're going, this thing could go either way, side or total. It just matters. Did I get lucky with the way that the ball bounced in those last 2 minutes? Was my team on offense or defense? Did it go to overtime? And in the NBA, more so than any other sport, or I should say basketball in general, it just matters, when do they decide to foul and when do they stop fouling? And it comes into play almost in a lot of games, obviously, when you're coming down to handicapping. So I do think there's a lot of luck involved in what we do, but there's definitely a skill to it as well.
Yeah, I mean, we could be having a different conversation today, because Josh Allen get the hook and ladder on 4th and 27. You just see the writing on the wall. They get the first down. Like, usually when that happens, that team now has the momentum and they end up scoring and winning the game. 9 times out of 10. It feels that way, right?
Yeah. I want to get your take on this. I had a guest come on. He's a handicapper on my show, and he said something I've never heard him say, and he said he's never said it before during the season. He thinks the Bills are dead. Like, they're not good. that you're going to see them play more like this. They're good enough to beat the bad teams, especially at home. I don't know. I don't know if I feel that way, but I've never heard somebody say that. I still think if you were going to ask me my top teams in the AFC, I'd still want to put them in there. But I got to be honest, it's more about what they've done in years past, not what they've done this year.
I wouldn't consider them dead. I think it's every team goes through the stretch of being extremely injured at some point in the year. Right now, it's their stretch. The Ravens had it weeks ago. Now we've gotten a lot of our key guys back. Well, they went out there without Keon Coleman, which is they don't.
That's
have
my choice though, because he's acting like a kid. Yeah,
right. No Kincaid. That's a big factor, and their offensive line was beat up. You saw that yesterday. Defensively, losing a lot of guys on defense throughout the game, before the game. So, yeah, I don't see the Bills going far this year. This is not they had their year in the last couple of years when they were elite. And I think they're above average. But listen, at the end of the day, they get a home game in the playoffs, which they probably won't now because they're not catching the Patriots. But at home, they're dangerous. On the road, they suck.
Kosty, if you think back about it, the three teams that everybody had at the top of the AFC the past couple of years, Buffalo, Kansas City, and Baltimore. And then you look back at where Baltimore was at 1-5. And this isn't me just touting them, but if I were to ask you today, Bills winning over New England, Kansas City catching Denver, or the Ravens just holding serve and winning their division, which one of these teams wins their division? It's the Ravens after that horrific start. So, and their schedule helps out a lot with who they're playing. I'm not 100% sure that the Ravens are fixed, but I do like the fact that they're stacking W's, and they definitely have a get-right game this week.
Well, we were front-loaded with our schedule in the beginning of the year. We talked about it. The first 4 games of the year, I even said before the season, if we went 2-2, which we didn't, I think we went 1-3, that was a gauntlet to start the year. Now our schedule gets softer, obviously. Our division sucks. We have Cleveland, the Bengals. I know Joe Burrow's trying to come back and play that Thanksgiving night game. Doesn't matter. The Steelers are broken. Yeah, in my opinion, we have the cleanest route to get to the playoffs, have a home game, and I'll take my chances against the Patriots, and we'll see how we fare, how we stand, how we line up against them in a couple weeks.
I got news for you. Not that it's the same team, and I get it, but this organization has gone into New England and won games in the postseason to go into the Super Bowl. They've gone into Denver, and obviously everybody remembers the Mile High Miracle, went in and beat Denver. Like the running game, and if you have a defense, it should travel. And that's the one thing I love about the Ravens is the running game should always be there. When it goes to the wayside, you see, without Lamar or the offensive line's banged up, no Pat Ricard, he's starting to get into rhythm. So, I mean, I was saying on my show, like, it's kind of weird to say it, and I don't necessarily believe it today. But at the end of the year, you might end up saying, I think the Ravens are the best team in the AFC, even though they may not have the best record.
100%. And right now, nobody wants to play them. Everybody knows the talent that we have. We're healthy again. I think the pieces, Gilman, huge piece to the secondary that allows Hamilton to be that rover up on the line, creating havoc. Now we have a Draymond Jones that is creating havoc as well. We're rushing for Van Noy's healthy again. We didn't have these pieces 4 weeks ago.
Nope.
We had
and the big change of moving Kyle Hamilton closer to the line of scrimmage to play like a monster back.
is playing really well. I mean, there's just key players that are playing really well for us.
Hey, this sucks, man. Where's Parlay got at? I want Jay to hear us talk so highly about the Ravens. Where's he at?
Hey, them boys are on the rise. The boys are.
I like them this week too.
Yeah. So. No, he did not pop in. But no, I could talk about this for hours, and I love the NFL for that reason. I know there's a lot of over the years there's a lot of people would always trash the NFL because it was a bad product. I think this year it's a pretty good product.
I still think the product sucks, but it's king, man. It's what we all love. Like the reason I don't like the product, first off, there's too much interference with. I'm an offensive guy. Like I love wide receivers. I'll talk about them all damn day. It's too easy in the league now. Like you can't put your hands on them. Everything benefits the offense. And then all of a sudden they come in and they said the hip drop tackle is illegal. Well, there have been 17 this year. You know how many have been called? 0. So like they don't know what they're doing. The referees screwing up games. The challenges that come from the eye in the sky. It's like, well, wait a minute. What? They're moving the ball back. Who told them to move the ball back? Nobody challenged anything. Are you doing that on every play? I just think there's a lot of gray area here in those situations where it does make it frustrating. And with all the gambling stuff going on in sports, people are going to start to question the NFL at some point.
I'm waiting for it to come out because I had money on the head umpire to get hurt before the fourth quarter. So I'm waiting to see if anything comes out because there was an injury to the umpire. Did you see that?
Oh, the quote of the year was, "Oh man, this sucks. Look, the Kansas City Chiefs lost one of their best players for the season. It's the damn referee going off the field." And by the way, he's a local guy. He's from Maryland, and he's a rocket scientist when he's not being a referee. It's insane.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I like how the guy, the substitute, comes in, and he's a little nervous. He's never been the guy that's got the microphone and calling the plays. The play clock went out. There was a lot of stuff there that was going on, but
hey, I heard
glad
Zeno might drop in with us. Did you see that? I don't know. Zeno might jump in with us here. So if you get a loud New Yorker coming in, you know who that is.
Oh, God. It's a Friday. We want loud. We want loud. We want aggressive. I'm excited. There's a lot of line mistakes, I think, tomorrow in college basketball and again, college football. Absolutely love the card. I actually like the card in the NFL. I think we talked about it last week that we didn't love the NFL card. So I'm excited.
I'm the same way this week. I love the NFL card this week more than I love college football. But I do like the college football card. It's weird. Like, I feel like some weekends you're top heavy where it's like, I love these 3 games. And then there's a lot I kind of like. And then there's other weeks where I go into the NFL like this week and I saw 8 plays right off the bat once I started handicapping. I'm on this, so I'm hoping for a big day Sunday. I got a lot of plays up.
All right. Well, we could talk about this all day. I'll wait for Zeno to pop in, but let's get right into the card. We'll start with the sport that I like the least, NHL. You have anything in the NHL that you like?
Yeah, today? I mean, I'll talk about 2 things. I've been red hot in the NHL, and I've climbed up that leaderboard now and hit again last night with a couple of plays. I went 2-1. I hit my hockey triple play. So with today, the things that I like, and it's not much because it's a light slate, but I do think Boston and LA go under that 5.5. And I like Carolina on the road minus the small price. I got like 2 plays in every sport tonight. So it's I didn't love today's call. I love the plays that we had, but there's more that I wish I liked in the college basketball slate, but I stayed away from a lot.
Yeah, like I said, I don't follow it. I don't have any opinion. I don't watch it. To me, if I get plays from my syndicate groups, it's just plug and play. From a handicapping standpoint, I've never had any knowledge. I don't know. I've never had a liking for it. And you got to follow everything. We got to follow college basketball, NBA, NFL, college football. That spreads you thin to begin with. And then you throw in hockey in there. I mean, I know you do this. You talk sports for a living.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just, your mouth moves probably 8 hours a day.
Ah, man, there's some days. That's why I told Jay, I said, I understand what you're going through with all the shows because it's not hard. It's a lot when you've talked all day and it wears you out. So that's why I like having co-hosts and bouncing. You get times to kind of like settle down, catch your breath. And then it gives you a chance to kind of bounce stuff off them or make fun of them like we typically do here on this show.
Yeah, it's sad because I like Jay here because he's my number 1 target for making fun of him. So
I thought Chris was.
I spare Chris some days. He's a Canadian. They're already, it's tough as it is for them. Uh-oh. Here's another Canadian.
Oh,
right here.
Morning, gentlemen. How are you guys doing?
Good.
What's going on, Rod? How you doing today?
Not too much. I just figured you guys were looking for some open invites, so I figured, hey, I can pop in and hand you guys some winners. You guys were talking hockey and getting all scared about it, so I was like, hey, I love hockey, so I figured I'd pop in and help you guys
see
out.
That when you put up the hockey bat signal, Canadians just come on out, man. It's great. So
it is, yeah. I felt it. I felt that vibe. I was like, oh, here we go. We're feeling hockey, right? I was like, oh, somebody needs some hockey, so I figured I'd pop in and get you guys some hockey. I've started the year struggling, so hey, man, I've been giving you guys some shorts, and we finally ended the losing streak. I had lost 12 straight shorts betting hockey. I was like,
Hey.
oh my goodness. So I was, but we hit it yesterday with the Sharks. So time to start a streak going the other way on the ice. Looking forward to it.
Well, let's hear it. Who do you like? Anybody on the board today? Anything stand out for you?
Yeah, the one that's standing out to me is look at the Kings. This is their first game back at home here, and it's also a back-to-back spot. The Kings had to play yesterday. They lost to those Sharks in overtime. Took a shootout to get the loss, but the Sharks got the job done. And for me, hey, you're moving on to you got to play the back-to-back. You've just played how many out on the East Coast? Now you're coming all the way back home. Your first game back at home. The road has been where the Kings have been winning. You know what happens when you get back home? There's too much big plus price here for me to pass up. I got to take the Boston Bruins, take it on the Kings. I think that's my favorite play on the board on the ice today.
Mark Zeno, welcome to the show. Pleasure to meet you. We've never actually had the pleasure of meeting before. You know what?
It's not that much of a pleasure.
Yeah, it's average at best.
It's quick, in and out.
Yeah.
But it's
good to
funny
see Mark.
because I would drive home after a Sunday night football game. I turn on the radio, and there he is, Mr. Zeno, breaking down this the Sunday night football game. So you're everywhere, man. But nice to meet you, and welcome to the show. We are breaking down some hockey. I don't know if you have any hockey plays that you like that you're looking at that stand out.
No, nothing on the board for me. Excited to see the Islanders playing so well, and I think Patrick Waz have officially put a hit out on what's his face from the Dallas Stars, which is going to be fun to watch. When that team comes back to Long Island, it's going to get ugly.
Oh, it can get real ugly. He's got the hit out on Mikko Rantanen there after that hit.
I mean, aren't you on that day just to lay it with the Islanders that night, right? Just lay the 1.5 on the puck line and get the hell out of Dodge.
Yep. Yeah, because both those teams will have that with Circa, especially Patrick Waugh. He'll remember those guys. I thought he was jumping over the glass and going to go down the chute with him. So,
well, let's keep it moving here. So on Friday, I don't know if you guys have been on the you haven't been on the Friday show, but after we give out all the picks, we do the Circa selections. So we give out some NFL picks we go through and we do a poll with all the actual fans. That's the selection that we enter. If we happen to win, our fans are square as fuck and they can't pick winners. But I keep saying it, and I'm hoping that they're going to get sharp at some point, and they're going to go 5-0, and they're going to have a little bit of a streak, because all you need is four straight weeks in a row to do well, and you get cashed. So I don't know if that's going to happen, man. I keep
8 out of 10, 8 out of 12, or 10 out of 12 favorites won. So that was probably the best week that they were going to have.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. They lost. They had Atlanta last week.
Yeah. Well,
they went 2-3 last week.
I feel like it's been 2-3 a lot.
I think it's going to change this week, Jeremy. I think this is the week that it's going to change for them. We're going to help them. We're going to give them some guidance. They don't listen to us, though, because the games that we talk about, they usually go the other way. So, guys, I think this is the week you guys are going to go 5-0. But before we get into it, college basketball, we have not a huge slate. I'm not going to go through all the games since we have 4 guys on the show. But, Jeremy, do you have anything out of that college basketball card that you like that stands out?
Yeah, no, but 4:00 today, Wisconsin and BYU as they're playing out west. I think Whiskey's a live dog, especially now seeing some 5.5s out there. It's a good squad. I like this BYU team, but I still think it's going to take some time for them to get used to playing each other. And when you look at Wisconsin, they return a lot of players that have played well together. So I'm going to take them plus the points. I think they're a live dog. I do like the over in the Iona-Akron game. I think we see points there as well. Only 2 spots that I really saw tonight that really jumped out at me. There were some other totals, but trying to stay away from it until we get some things set, because I was having a lot of totals where I was missing by like 1.5. So it started to get frustrating. Like, damn it, just one basket. But those are the only 2 for me tonight.
What about you, Rod? Do you like anything college basketball?
Yeah, college basketball side of things, I like a couple here. Laying 31.5 with Michigan State. I can't do that. I think that's just way too many. I think Detroit Mercy's a live dog. They at least get the backdoor cover in that one. Just Michigan winning by 32 points. They don't shoot the 3. We know this. So they want to drive in and They want a 20-point win. They're not looking to blow out Detroit Mercy by 32 points here in that one. So I'll grab Detroit Mercy plus the boatload of points they're going to give us there. Another one I like a total here. I like the over in Alabama State taking IUP in that one. They don't play defense. That's the reason why that total's at 183. We see IUP in that second half of their last game, and man, did they ever score. So no defense played there. Give me the over 183. I kind of agree. Whiskey is a live dog there. You want to grab the points in that one, and that's going to come right down to who's got the ball last in that matchup. And then a late night one that I'm looking at is Dewey Hampton here. I think Hampton's a live dog taking on Norfolk. You look at Norfolk on the year, hey, 2-1, but 0-1 against that number at home. And you look at Hampton covering spreads, 3-1 ATS-wise out on the road. And then one more in that late night window that I'm looking at. Let's give me the New Orleans Privateers. Solid start to their season. You look at Fresno, they're 4-2 straight up, but only 3-2 against that number. And you're going to give me 6.5 with New Orleans. I'll take New Orleans and the Privateers in that one plus the points. And then the big back-to-back spot, you only have to lay 4 with Purdue. I'll lay the 4 with Purdue here against Texas Tech. I think Purdue is the better squad. They can play some solid defense. You've got both teams on the back-to-back spot in that one, and I like Purdue only laying 4. I think they should be 6-7 point favorite in that matchup.
Well, you like a lot.
I love college basketball. I can't help myself. You see what I did last year? We made so much money betting college basketball. We're getting right back at it again. So love college hoops today.
What about you, Mark? What do you like in the college basketball slate?
Take the under in the Bahamas between Texas Tech and Purdue. They're both on back-to-backs. It's a natural spot. Purdue, the Bahamas games are always tight. Like every time everybody goes down there, no one's really ready to play basketball. So they're always a lot tighter than expected. And I would think on the back-to-back we'll see a little less energy from these two teams who are both very, very good defensively. So give me the under 153.5. Go over Omaha and LSU. LSU has scored 90 in 4 straight games. Omaha gets out and runs fast. They certainly can shoot. They've scored over 90 in their last 2 wins. We're only getting 167 here. I don't trust LSU to lay the 21.5. Although they are very good in the non-con, they'll probably be bad in the SEC this year again. All that said, they're hanging right around that 20 number every single win here. With the exception of some really, really lower opponents that they started the season against. The last 2 games has been tighter. So give me over 167.5. That's all I got in college hoops.
Yeah, I'm going to lay the number with Duke. They can't make the spread high enough for these non-conference games versus Duke early in the season. I know they're not going to finish the year undefeated ATS, but man, against these horrific teams, they lay big numbers and they just blow them out of the water. I think they're 50 points better than Niagara. Niagara struggled on the road and now they have to go into Cameron Indoor. I think it's going to be an absolute slaughter there. And then the other game I like is Canisius laying the 3 points at home. This team has always played well at home. And who the fuck is Maryland Eastern Shore? Jeremy knows.
Yeah, they're on
the middle of nowhere.
They're
on the Eastern Shore.
They're a team that pushed Boston College to overtime. I mean, I'm sorry, Georgia Tech rather to overtime in
Georgia Tech,
first team of the year.
I'm not putting a lot of emphasis into that one. Yeah, they did get 28 points in that one game, Mark. So I get it, but they also came back the following week and got blown out by 50 plus to Georgia. So I get it, but I just think the Canisius at home laying a small number, they don't need to win this game by double digits. They just have to cover the 3. So I like them at home. Really, that's it. I have a lot of games that as a group that we gave out. So if any of you guys want to purchase any of the products, I'm sure Mark has a lot of college basketball today, Jeremy, Rod. So take advantage of their best bets. That's where you're going to find value from any of these guys. And I always recommend don't buy anything daily. Follow it long-term because anybody could win or lose in a day. It's completely random. These guys are on the leaderboards for a reason, and that's because they know how to win long-term. But that's college basketball. Let's do the NBA slate. Let's see. I'm going to break it down. We have, let's see how many games we have. in NBA?
9 in total.
So why don't we do 3, 3, and 3? The first we'll do the Pacers at Cavs, Nets at Boston, and the Wizards traveling to Canada in Toronto. Rod, you're up first here.
All right, so I better take my Canadian team, right, to run it up. Look what they've been doing. 9-1 in their last 10 games. Washington Wizards still looking for a win in their last 10 games. Only 1 win on the season. This is a cup game. Hammer down right from opening tip. This is based on points, right? So Raptors, I think their team total is at 127.5. It's at 127.5 for a reason. They're going to dump 130 on this Wizards squad. I'll lay this big number. It doesn't scare me away. I think the Raptors win by 20 plus. As I said, this is a cup game. Hammer down. Easily win by 20 plus there in that one. And then you're looking at the Celtics. I think the Celtics do the same thing in this time block against 2 teams that are taking advantage. Look, combined, Brooklyn and Washington have 3 wins on the year together. Celtics, no, this is one of those cup games. They're going to make some noise. They want a couple extra dollars in their pockets. 2 teams that hammer down. Not worried about the big number. I think both teams win by 20 plus.
All right. What about you, Mark?
Nothing in the early slate. I mean, if you want to bet against the Pacers to not win a second straight game in like 13.5, it's probably the only way to go.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you as well. I mean, the Pacers are horrible. I know they're getting healthy, and they're going to be better as the year goes on. But Cleveland just fought it was a really tough game against the Rockets. They played them close to the most part and then the Rockets pulled away late. I think Cleveland makes an example out of the Pacers, and they cover the double digits. I'll lay it with Boston as well. It's probably not bettable for me. I mean, 15 in the NBA just smells for a backdoor cover. This is a quick revenge game for Brooklyn, but I don't put a lot of emphasis when it's a quick revenge on the road. If it's a quick revenge at home, Boston just laid the pipe to them 2 days ago. I think they're going to do the same. So I'll take Boston there. No opinion on Washington, Toronto. Jeremy?
Yeah, for me, the first thing I want to say is it's NBA Cup tonight. You're seeing some inflated totals, but I think it's the right thing to do because now in the fourth quarter, even in blowouts, you want to score. You want to keep scoring for the tiebreakers. I'm on the over in the Indiana game. I just think these 2 teams are going to move up and down the floor one another. I know some people are going to look at that number and go, oh, it's a little high. What if they blow them out? Again, going back to it, I still think they try to score. There's a couple of games tonight where I feel like the numbers look high, but it's still the right side, in my opinion, to take the over. But that's it for me in this block.
All right, let's keep it moving. The next 3, we're going to do Miami traveling to the Bulls. The Bulls are a short favorite at home. Then we have the Pelicans going over to the Mavs. The Mavs currently are a 4-point favorite at home. And the last one in this slot is the Timberwolves traveling to the Suns, and the Suns are catching 4.5 at home as a home dog. Mark, you're up first here.
I mean, the only thing that interests me here, what is this, the middle slate? Oh, I got nothing in the middle. I just got one play, two looks at the later games, so I'll pass on this to you guys.
No problem. I'm gonna lay the 4 with the Mavs. I don't love it, but the Pelicans just stink on the road, man. They're awful. They're awful. I mean, the Mavs are playing a little bit better. They showed up 2 days ago against the Knicks. They're getting better. They're putting the pieces together. I know that Flag was out with an illness. Looks like he's going to be back tonight. The Pelicans on the road are just a dumpster fire of an organization, and they just continue to put up big duds on the road. I like the Mavs at home here. Phoenix catching 4.5 at home. I'll take the points with Phoenix. Minnesota has been a disappointment at home when they lay big numbers, but I still don't trust them here. Why is the line not 7? Because Phoenix, they're decent at home, but overall, this is a better Minnesota team on paper than Phoenix. I think the line should be 6.5, 7. And realistically, it's not for a reason. And I think you just catch the points at home. And you get value with Phoenix here because it's an NBA Cup game. I think they're going to play tough. They're 6-2 at home for a reason. Now you're getting 4.5 points. I like it. So I'll take Phoenix here. That's really all I like. What about you, Jeremy?
Kosty, if Jay were here, he would tell you lack vision. So
I'm foolish and lack vision.
Yes. No, I like Minnesota in this spot. I think you're right about the line, but I just think it's the right side. Phoenix Suns and their 7 shooting guards that they're trotting out there on an every night basis. But the highest total of the season is in this block, 250 points. And I still think this game goes over the total. Miami plays at the fastest pace, and I can't even believe I'm saying that. They just got Bam back. I think we see this up-tempo game and lots of points. The one caveat is the Bulls have done this before where they come out and go, 4 for 35 from 3, and you're like, how the hell did that happen? They did it against the Hornets twice last year. It was like the worst shooting games in NBA history. But I think this goes over the total, even with all those points.
Yeah, I'm with you on that because I put it out at 247.5. There was an overnight line on this game last night, and I actually did my free pick video on that. And now it's shot up to 250, obviously with Bam being in there. But I don't love it nearly as much as I loved it at 247.5. That's why I'm not obsessed with it today. But I'm with you. I think it still could easily go over the total here. And in this slot, close us out, Rod.
I agree. Give me the over in that 250. I think we get into the 260s in that one. It's going to be a track meet. They don't in these cup games. I've noticed that there's no defense being played, and that shot clock. They're trying to shoot a shot off within like 8 to 10 seconds. We're not passing the ball around. We're just grab the ball, run, drive to the hoop, and it's slam, score, and that's what we're going to see in this game. The Heat love to play that fast type of pace game. This is what we're going to see here. I think it's going to look like an all-star game. I think we cruise into the 260s. I love the over, even still 250. Bookmakers can't put this thing up high enough. Give me the over 250 there. And then same thing with the Timberwolves and the Suns. Same thing. The Suns love to play that run in the game. They love to score. And Minnesota's going to have to score to keep up. Both these squads can easily score into the 120s. And this is only 233.5. It's a little light in my book. I think we cruise into the 240s. Give me the over, Minnesota and the Suns.
Yeah, it seems like the NBA Cup night, the overs are just juicy every single time.
It's the caveat of the fact that you have to keep scoring for the tiebreakers. Like they were pissed at Landry Shamet for not taking that layup at the end of the game the other night in the NBA Cup. Like, hey, we got tiebreakers, man, because when it comes down to it, you get a round robin to play these teams, and then you figure out where you're seated. And then if it comes down to point differential and you have the same record, you're obviously going to want to keep scoring in these games. That's why I think we're seeing inflated numbers, because even in blowouts, you can't forego the fourth quarter.
No, you're right. You're definitely right about that. All right, so let's finish out NBA here. Final 3 games. We have Houston at home, 2.5 point favorite against the Nuggets. We have OKC, who's really comfortable now, laying 17 points. Seems like it's the 5th game in a row they're laying 17 points on the road against the Jazz. And then Golden State is 7.5 points at home favorite versus the Trailblazers. Jeremy?
I mean, I don't necessarily have anything in this block. I would sit here and tell you that I would like the Nuggets on the road, but I'm not playing the game because I've just been impressed with the Rockets. And as they play more games and get familiar with one another, it's going to be a long season for some of those teams out west. And you brought up OKC. The only thing I'll say about them is they're loaded and they're doing all this without Jalen Williams. I mean, finding that kid, AJ Mitchell, it seems like a situation just like the Mavs had with Jalen Brunson. I'm not telling you he's Jalen Brunson, but they have a good player that they're trying to get minutes to, and he ends up playing in all the blowouts. So I think that's why you're looking at them covering even some of these big numbers. But I stayed away from all 3 of these games.
What about you, Rod? You like anything in this last slot?
That's a tough last slot. But you know what? I'm going to take the Jazz here plus the 17. You look at OKC, they just can. Also, this is the narrative that you can, if you win your division and you win your little conference in this cup game, do you really need to care about how many points you win by? No. OKC just going to win their division and win this game. Jazz, sure, they'll push it and try to make things close. I think that's your parlay buster of the day in the NBA is give me the Jazz plus the 17. I think OKC wins the game, but it's a 6-7 point win. Jazz get the cover. I'll take Utah at home in that one. 6-1 at home.
Did you
ATS wise.
6-7?
Oh, we're getting it. Oh,
Six, yeah, 6-7.
Mark,
Sorry, I totally.
I'm
I walked right
trying
into
to get a
that one.
straight answer. It seems like you jumped right up and you knew exactly what it meant. Give me the explanation of 6-7.
I mean, I have twin boys who are 10 years old. There is no explanation for it. It's stupid. But I do it, so they'll stop doing it. That's the way you make it uncool, is when old people start to do stuff that kids do. So if I constantly throw 6-7 in their face all the time, they'll be like, Dad, stop, and they'll stop doing it. So that's how I win. Battles with 10-year-olds by Mark Zinno.
Didn't help me at all. But
it's from a song, right? Isn't it from like song lyrics, and then somebody just started doing it? I don't know.
I mean, this was from Major League 2. You have no marbles.
No marbles.
Yeah.
You have no marbles.
Marbles.
what a great movie.
It's the noise he makes.
Are you saying Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball, Mark? Is that what you're saying?
Up your butt, Joe Boo.
Whose pick is it?
I think it's fine. I co-sign here Jazz plus 16.5. Highest scoring team in the league at home, or one of the highest scoring teams in the league at home. And take the over here as well, because this thing should get in the 240s easily. And believe it or not, I'll take the under in Denver and Houston. Two really good defensive teams. I know it's NBA cuffs, but still, like, this is a game that matters to these two teams, and Houston will need their best defensive effort here. And believe it or not, Jeremy knows I do this a lot. I'd cut that in half. Take under 120.5 in the first half, because if it ain't going over early, probably ain't going over late. So I like the under in the first half.
Yeah, I'm with you as well. I like the under in the Denver-Houston game. I think this is going to be – they're going to be throwing up a lot of shots, but there's going to be some nerves there. They're both really, really good teams, and it's not going to be a high-scoring affair. I think there's going to be a lot of defense played in this game. Houston plays really good defense at home. They went under the total at home 2 of the 3 games. So I'm comfortable with the under there as well. I think Denver played a tough game the other night where they should have covered against New Orleans, but New Orleans stormed back on them. Obviously, that's when Jokic actually fouled out. But still, I think it's going to be one of those where Jokic could get in foul trouble in this game as well, with those big guys that could stretch him out to the perimeter with Sengun and the other guys that they have there. So I like the under. I don't like the other two. I don't really have an opinion on Utah. If anything, if you had a gun to my head, I would take Utah at home. This team against the spread, that if you're getting double digits with Utah at home, and even in recent years, traditionally, that's a good spot for them. Give them 17 at home. I think they keep it relatively, within 10 points. OKC wins by 10, maybe 12, but 17 is too much, especially for an NBA Cup game. So that's it for NBA. We got one more. Let's do college football.
Your 6'7", wasn't that related to the LaMelo Ball being 6'7"? Doesn't that work out, sir? There's a few things. He's 6'7", so he's there. It actually came from a song from Skrilla, right?
Yeah.
Dot by Skrilla is the song. But they also think it refers to 67th Street in Chicago.
Okay.
Who is this Skrilla fella?
What the hell is a Skrilla?
Isn't he like EDM stuff? And
yeah, like a singer.
No, it's Skrillex. That's Skrillex.
Yeah, it's kind of like a techno kind of.
It is not.
But it's Skrillex's cousin, Skrilla, right? Like they know each other. They're related. So stupid.
Chicago rapper, backyard, 67th Street, Skrilla. That's what.
I'll never get a straight answer, ever.
Because there's 3 different versions. Nobody knows the straight answer. There's just
what's the Canadian version?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's the 67th Street in Chicago. That's where Skrilla's from. It's from the song dot.
In Quebec, it's C-set, right? C-set.
Yeah, C-set. So then, yeah, in Quebec, they're also C-set. You want 6 or 7 bagels, C-set, or poutine.
The poutine. All right. 2 games we have in college football. We have Florida State, 6-point favorite at NC State. And then we have Hawaii at UNLV. UNLV is a 3-point favorite at home. Rod, you're first here.
Well, for me, first one, I don't like the Hawaii UNLV game. It's just UNLV needs a good start. So I'm going to take UNLV in the first half in that one. They need a good start. We've seen UNLV have one of those, usually those slow starts, and they've put themselves behind the 8 ball early in plenty of games, come roaring back and won some of those. But I don't think they do that here. I'll take UNLV early first half. I think you lay a point and a half there in that one. And then the other one, do you trust Florida State out on the road? Look what they've done so far out on the road. You're going to give me 6 with NC State. Both these teams trying to be bowl eligible, right? The winner of this is bowl eligible. I'm going to take the home team. Give me the home dog and NC State plus the 6. I just don't trust Florida State out on the road.
Mark?
No official plays. I would take Florida State's team total over. NC State's defense can best be described as what you would call terrible.
Olay?
Okay.
Matador defense, we call it. It's like
Yes.
Olay. So they just kind of like, Olay!
Couldn't stop a nosebleed. Like, they should have Florida
You know what stops nosebleeds? Tampons.
tampons. Yeah. It also stops other bleeding, but not that I know for sure.
What the hell's happening?
I don't know, Jeremy. You see, this is what happens when I get involved with you. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a heavy flow Friday.
Yeah, there you go. We're trying to, we want to get out of the red. We want to be in the black. Anyway, so regardless, I actually lean UNLV here. I know they're kind of fugazi, right? Like, I know they're a little bit of a fraudulent team that's got a lot of wins, and probably if you're somebody who dives into box scores like I do, like, they won a lot of games they probably shouldn't have. That said, I still don't like Hawaii coming to the main line here in this spot here at less than a field goal and a total of 60 some on and a half, 65 and a half. I don't know that it actually gets that high, but still, Dan Mullen's done a hell of a job out there. And under a field goal, I'm willing to look at UNLV as a possible late night catch-up play if I get bored.
I'll take NC State at home. Granted, they just got blown out at Miami. They got blown out at Pittsburgh. They got blown out at Notre Dame. They don't get blown out at home. They play their best ball at home. The last time I took NC State at home was against Georgia Tech. That cashed. Now, Florida State coming in with a horrible road record. I just like the fact that I'm getting 6 points with a team that I think it's a 50-50 game.
I would tell you this much real quick here, Kosty, that if there weren't like 7 other coaches fired at bigger schools, Dave Durham would be gone. Guarantee you that's the reason he still has his job. So I don't really have a whole lot of faith in this NC State team at this point in time.
I don't really need to have a lot of faith in them. I just need to have them cover 6.
I try not to take dogs I don't believe have a path to winning. So that's just my personal.
That is a fair statement. A lot of the groups that I deal with, a guy named David Miller has always told me when he bets a dog, he anticipates them to win outright, regardless, even if they're getting 20 points. That's the anticipation. So I'm not disagreeing with you. I just like them as a home team. I think they played their best ball at home Friday night. They're going to have a lot of fans out there. Rowdy. Florida State stinks on the road. I'd rather have the points in my back pocket. That's it for me. I don't have anything in the other game. What about you, Jeremy?
Yeah, I'll make it quick. I have a premium on the total in one of these games, but I'm going to give both dogs out. I do think NC State's a live dog at home. When you look at Bailey, I think he's going to be able to make some things happen. Mark's 100% right. I mean, their defense is horrendous. And in Hollywood in the backfield, they have a good offense and can make things happen. Same thing with Hawaii. The rule of thumb is betting on them at home and not in the mainland in certain situations. But I don't buy into this UNLV team. I think Hawaii can keep it close. And as you just said, I think they can win outright. So I'll go with them.
Rod, you started here, right?
I did,
Yes.
yeah.
All right, so that's it. That's it for all the games. Before we get into the Circa picks, Jeremy, what are you selling today?
I got a triple play up with my 3 favorite plays for the evening. I got a couple of hockey plays up. As I said, I've been red hot in hockey. I've just shot up the leaderboard.
Have you melted the ice?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Anything for Happy Gilmore. Anyway, so yeah, I was on the Zamboni. No, but I got a bunch of plays up, so a few in college basketball, but I put up my whole card for Saturday and Sunday already. I might add to it, but all those plays are up, including my best bet, which we've hit back-to-back weeks with outright underdog winners.
Shout out Life Med for another comfortable sweatshirt for you.
That's all I wear.
Rod, how are we doing over there in Canada? What do you have on for sale today?
I'm bringing over a Pick Dawgz preview today. I've got an early play up college basketball wise, a 10-star play there. I also have my NBA Gold Star play of the month. I absolutely love that play in the NBA Cup. And then I also, that NBA Cup play is included in a 3-pack in the NBA Cup play. I passed on the NHL. 2 plays I love. One's a short. Go check it out. And then the other one I gave you here is the Boston Bruins. But best way to go is jump aboard something long term. College football tomorrow, NFL on Sunday. So loaded weekend. Grab that 3-day pass. Join me all weekend and get all those winners. Take advantage. Use promo code PICK at checkout. Save 15% off. But long term is the way to go, especially this time of year with all these sports overlapping: college basketball, college football, NFL, NHL. So much sports action. You don't want to miss out on any of it. So jump aboard long term. Hey, we also have that 2-for-1, 3-for-1, 4-for-1 capper promotional. Can't go wrong with that. Pair us all up. Have yourself a big winning weekend.
Check out Hot Rod on X. That sounds like a freaky film. What about
No
you?
freaky films out of Canada. And yes, just to comment, yes, he is from Philly, is Skrilla. But in that video, he shows a scene that's from Chicago, from 67th Street. And that's where that reference kind of comes from. But if you hear the song, it's not the greatest. He mumbles.
Still don't
He's
understand.
a mumble rap. I guess they call, as somebody would call him, he's a mumble rapper. So he does kind of sound like Major League 2 a little. If you go back and listen to the song, it is a little.
On another note, not 6-7. What about you, Mark? What do you have for sale today?
I am going to get my entire college card up for Saturday. We'll have a total of 7 plays up there. So we've been hitting at 60% in college here over the course of this month. So we're doing really well in that department. I mean, I got to be honest. I don't know that I love anything tonight on the board. Both the college games I'm kind of lukewarm on, and NBA I'm pretty selective on where I pick and choose spots, and NBA Cup doesn't feel like where I want to get involved. So I will definitively have my college card up. And my NFL card will also be there by the end of Friday. So go to my premium page there and grab a full 7 games worth of plays here for Saturday.
And for those that don't watch the other videos, check out Top Dogs with Jeremy and Mark. It is an awesome show. You get great entertainment, a lot of free winners, more entertainment for me.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
Jeremy, we're friends who listen to Endless Love in the Dark.
Yes, that's okay though. It's allowed
With the red light on?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, Mark, so it is kind of funny because Mark and we were at the Radio Row for the Super Bowl when the Giants beat the undefeated Patriots.
Yeah, buddy.
We watched Braveheart every single night that we went to bed. So it was just on in the background. So that's all we do is throw quotes.
Do you guys hold hands when you do this? Or
no, we spoon. We literally
yeah. It's weird. Mark fits perfectly in my arms.
Yes. We're 2 men who are not ashamed to say that. We're men.
We like to shit with the door open. We like to go on riverboat gambling trips. Come on.
And we like to get our rails painted. Got to tell them that story.
Yeah. So there's one day I'm at Mark's house and
we're going to the Oriole game.
Yeah. We're leaving to go to the Oriole game and there's some weird dude knocking on his front door.
You have to understand, I live in the city, so there's all these row homes here, right? And all you see is like a row of doors and steps leading up to everybody's door. And we're walking out the door literally in this. How do you describe how he looked?
I mean, he's a little wiry. He kind of looked like Jeff Foxworthy on crack.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Hey man, I'm here to paint your rails. Do you want your rails painted?" We're like, "What are you talking about?"
Railing for the stairs, going like 2 steps. It's like a railing that literally is about 24 inches long.
He goes, "How you doing? My name's Marty, and I'm here to paint your rails."
And he had a brush with him and everything. I say, "Yeah, you got my brush here."
Oh man,
Jeremy,
Mark, you still live in Baltimore?
No, I moved out about 11 years ago.
Got it.
So I've been down in Atlanta since then.
Hot Atlanta.
No one calls it that anymore. That's what I was told.
What's your favorite flavor of wings at Magic City?
I think Lou Williams said it was the lemon pepper. I've actually never been there. I've been here 11 years. I've never been there.
I've never been in Atlanta, and I've been there 3 times. So
weird.
Weird. Yeah, drugs are bad. Okay.
Let me queue up the Circa picks, and then we'll go through them. All you guys have to do is just give me like a quick 1-minute opinion on the game, whether you like the total on the game, and we're going to go through it with all the with everybody. Let me just queue it up. Sorry. Because I got to find the lines that they have for the Circa Millions. Hold on 1 second.
Did you find it? Yeah, this is the fun part where we go around and we tell everybody what we like, and then they pick the opposite play.
Yeah, you guys have to bring me up on speed on how we do this. I'm new here.
So I'm gonna post a poll.
Okay.
And then while the poll is going on, we just do a little roundtable discussion regarding the pick. And then I shut down the polls, and then the top 5 voted teams are entered into the Circa Millions contest. So Carrie decided Mitch would always enter in the Circa Millions. And the Circa Millions for his own, just every time we go to Vegas, we'd always put in a selection. And this year for charity, if any of the proceeds that we won, which we haven't won anything yet, would go to a charity. So we entered the $1,000 entry and letting the fans pick the actual games. I don't know why I can't find this week's selections because we have to use their lines. Give me a minute. It's total disaster over here. Circa Millions. Why don't we just do this? You guys could just, I'll queue it up. The first game on the board is, hold on 1 second. Oh, happens to be the Jets and the Ravens. Ravens are a 14-point favorite at home. Let me put it up here. Jeremy?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't like betting double-digit favorites in the NFL, but I just don't see any way around this. If you're going to force me to pick one of those games, I'll gladly take the Ravens against this Jets team. Ravens have struggled on offense 2 weeks in a row. I think they bounce back and have a great game this week.
What about you, Rod?
Definitely not. I agree. Definitely not rushing the winner to lay 14 with the Ravens, especially since I've heard you say plenty of times that this Ravens squad loves to play down to their opponents. I've definitely heard you say that on numerous occasions there, Kosty, saying that the Ravens love to play down. So I would have to lean to the Jets plus the 14, but not betting it.
What about you, Mark?
Not going to get a, I know it doesn't matter for Circa, but not going to get a -7 in the first half for me to lay it with Baltimore. But yeah, I don't like laying big numbers either, but it'd be Ravens or pass for me, honestly. Like the Jets are just, not competent enough at this point in time to back.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I think the Ravens make an example out of the Jets. Jets, the reason they were even in the game last week was because of 2 defensive touchdowns. I don't see that happening. Lack of passing attack. The Ravens will instill their will with a running game, and everybody talks about Lamar struggling. Well, Lamar struggled. He's played most of his games this year on the road, not at home. I think this is going to be a get-right spot for the Ravens. I'm not a big proponent of laying double digits in the NFL, but I think the Ravens absolutely demolished them this week. So, unbiased opinion, shut down the poll. Ravens, 79%.
Yep. Saw that one coming.
You're right. That may be the biggest one on the board today. It's the
I'm
biggest
not
spread,
surprised by it, but I mean, look, the number is what it is for a reason. And this isn't like the Jets playing the Patriots on a Thursday night where they covered a 13.5, right? It's a different world here. So, I mean, I won't bet it, but like I said, for me, it'd be Ravens or pass just based off of the Ravens being home and Lamar doing better there.
Our next one up, let's keep it moving. We have the Bears are 2.5-point favorite against the Steelers. Jeremy?
I think I take the Bears I think I take the Steelers plus the points in this spot. I don't like the Steelers team. I hate both teams. I think the over is probably the best play in the game. I'm not a big believer in the Bears, but I definitely don't buy into this Steelers team. I think they suck. But I'll take them plus the points against a Bears team that has trouble stopping any type of passing game so far this year. And then on top of that, like, we don't even know who's quarterbacking yet. Rodgers is saying he wants to play. But but we'll see if Mason Rudolph's in there. I don't care which one it is because right now, Mark, you and I talked about this the other day. I don't think one's necessarily better than the other. I think they're the same person.
Yeah. This is Fugazi versus Fugazier. And the Bears are Fugazier than the Fugazi Steelers.
Yeah.
Both these teams are absolute frauds. So I don't trust either one of them. But I will take the points for Pittsburgh.
Rod?
And I'll take the Bears here at home. They just keep finding a way to win. As much as they're Fugazi and looking awful, they just find a way to win. So,
I mean, look,
down, Chicago Bears.
Steelers are teaser options on the board because the Bears can't beat anybody by margin.
They don't have to. They're only 2.5. They just have to kick that field goal, get the win. Bears by 3.
I can't. This Bears team is just. I'm with Zeno. You know, both of these teams are frauds. And who's less of a fraud? I think the Bears at home. You're getting them under that field goal. They've proven that, you know, they could win close games. I don't know how Aaron Rodgers is going to look. We got to see how he's going to perform today, as if he's going to be a full practice or not. I saw him yesterday. He couldn't even put pressure on his left hand when catching the ball from a snap. I mean, he's got a broken hand. One hit, he's out. Again, I'm with Jeremy as well. I don't know if it moves the needle for me with Mason Rudolph, but I just don't trust the Steelers on the road. I think the Bears do just enough to cover at home. Bears, 53%. That's probably not going to make the cut. Next one up is the Lions are a 10-point favorite against the Giants. We'll start with Rod here.
Yeah, right. And I hear the news that Dart's going to play this game, right? Supposedly he's coming back, feeling he's out of concussion protocol. Good chance he plays for the Giants. Don't care. I'll take the Detroit Lions here in this one. I think Dan Campbell and company, I think he takes every opportunity to score points when he can. He gets down and he's in the field goal range. He ain't going for it on 4th down. He's kicking a field goal.
I think it just came across the wire that Dart isn't playing. It literally just came across the wire. Isn't? Yeah, he's still out with a concussion.
Oh, okay. He came out of his protocol, his practice, said they're not going to play in this week either. Then I love Detroit even more. I think they do win by 2 touchdowns plus. I think this is one of those. Dan Campbell's not going to take any chances on going for 5 4th down opportunities. I think he kicks those points. I think he learned from that game last week that they could have easily won that game. I think they just take the points, and he starts taking the points a little more often going down the stretch here for this Lions squad. So I just don't trust the Giants out of the road.
Where are you, Mark?
I wish the Giants' entire organization would just forget that they do anything involved with football. They're an embarrassment right now. That's just my
sorry, man. Sorry. I personally feel that for you.
Yeah.
Can you tell he's a Giants fan at all?
Yeah, I could tell.
They used to know how to win.
If you look at them, you could tell that they're Giants fans.
Yeah. Well, look at us. We're miserable. I mean, we're the laughing stock of the NFL. I mean, I keep trying to tell people in Atlanta, hey, if you fire your coach again this year, guess what? You know what you are? The New York Giants. Just fire a coach every 2 years and look for another one. Regardless, yeah, I'd take Detroit here. I mean, the biggest problem is the Giants' defense is also bad. Like, that was supposed to be the strength of their team. It's also bad. So, you know, I would especially what does Jeremy say? Jeremy, who's the best team in the NFL?
Detroit at home.
There you go. Thank you.
Yep. And Minnesota beat them at home.
Yeah.
The week after I said it.
You dick.
Yeah.
You couldn't have waited one more week?
Yeah, right. Yeah. But by the way, I co-sign with these guys on the Lions. I think it's too important a game for them. If you've looked at how many games they've lost this year, trying to stay in it, because there's a logjam in the NFC of a bunch of teams with similar records.
Yeah, I'm with you. With the Lions at home are just a different animal. I think coming off that performance last week on the road at Philly, you're going to see a Gibbs anytime touchdown. You're going to see a Montgomery anytime touchdown. I like a Jameson Williams anytime touchdown. I think they're going to put it to the Giants. That front four was supposed to be the unit this year. And as the games have gone on, they've just keep giving up points. And they have the talent. It just the linebackers suck, and the secondary is not helping them either. So I'll take the Lions as well, laying the 10. Lions.
88% of the public on the Lions.
6-7. I'm just kidding. 70%. 70. I just wanted to say it. Lions, 70%. All right, let's keep it moving. The next one up is Patriots, 6.5-point road favorites at Bengals. And Mark goes first here.
Do we have any confirmation on Joe Burrow yet?
I don't think he's going to play this week. I think he's really gearing up for
wait for Thursday night is what I would assume.
Yeah,
that he's going to do. The Patriots bubble is going to burst at some point to somebody. I think it has to. I don't know if this is the week, but I mean, I lean on taking the points.
This one's tough. It smells like the home dog is the right side here because I'm with Mark, man. The Patriots bubble has to burst. I just don't know if it's going to be this week. The Patriots, if Ramondre Stevenson doesn't play, they're going to win this game. The guy is a fucking fumbling machine. They have this super rookie that I've had on my fantasy team all goddamn year. He's finally playing well.
Can we just put this out there? Like, their last 3 games, you could argue they were sort of, well, they were lucky to beat the Falcons. They got scared like hell by an injured Buccaneers team on the road. And even with the Jets on Thursday night, like, it was a close game. Like, it was a 7-point game going into the fourth quarter. So I would not lay it here with New England. I would only take Cincy if you put a gun to my head.
Yeah, I'm with you. This one's tough. It's under the touchdown. I just don't trust.
Tell him, Jeremy.
Joe Vincent Flacco. He's the best. So I guess what my take on this, and by the way,
Jeremy, do you have a Ronnie voice?
Ronnie.
Oh,
Ronnie. Yeah. I mean, he has. Anytime you're doing the terrible Baltimore accent, yeah.
Yes.
Baltimore
accent.
Get your camo.
Joe Flacco.
Joe O's.
Yeah. Going down the ocean, hon. All right, let me.
Rod's like, what the hell are you guys are talking
about? O's and O's.
If you haven't been in Baltimore, this is.
What I was just gonna say. I was like, man, 3 guys from Baltimore. Woo! Look what we got.
Well,
Liberty play, eh?
Yeah. I still think it's too many points here. This Cincinnati defense is one of the worst defenses I've ever seen, and they traded away a player, so it's not like they're getting better. Last week, their pass rushers were out. They had all these practice squad players going. It's bad there. Joe Burrow practiced in full on Thursday, so I don't know if that means he could be available for this. I don't care because, to me, the offense isn't the issue there. No Jamar Chase in this game either because he decided to spit on someone.
Wait a minute.
But it just seems
we don't really know if he did or not.
He did.
He did.
Yeah. I mean, he and Justin Jefferson are my 2 favorite receivers. He spit on that guy. He spit on Jalen Ramsey. He did what we all wanted. No, I'm kidding. No, but I think it's too many points. I'm going to take Cincinnati. I agree with you. I just feel like it's a lot on the road, and the Patriots do play some close games.
Rod, did you give a pick here?
Nope. No. But I'm looking. I was just trying to find a bigger number here. I'm trying to give me the Patriots minus 9.5. Just as you alluded to, this Bengals defense is awful. And guess what? They're just
Rod,
dangling
we're in the Circa contest. We can't.
Burrow's going to be back. Burrow's going to be back. Burrow's going to be. No, he's not. He's not coming back. He practiced. Yes, he did. They left the door open for him to come in. He's not coming back here at all. They're just trying to get you onto some Bengals money is what's going on here. And the Patriots come rolling. That defense is just too tough. They come in, roll, they win by 10+. I'll lay the 9.5 here with the Patriots at a nice plus 130.
Well, we don't get extra credit in the Circa Millions.
No.
So 6.5 is all you have to lay.
Yep.
67%. Patriots, 67. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if it makes the cut. Next one up, we have Seahawks laying 13.5 on the road against the Titans. Jeremy, you can go first here.
Yeah, here we are again with another big number on the road. Give me the Titans at home. I'm staying away from this game, full disclosure. I just think it's too many points.
Fuck off!
What is that, a bird?
Everybody's trying to find the spot to play the Titans, right? Like, Everyone's trying to find the spot where they're going to show up and play a game. You know what they're not going to do? Come close to beating a Seattle team who never loses on the road and is pissed off after a game they should have beat the Rams in. Yeah, I mean, they may keep this close for a half, but Seattle pulls away. I'll lay the 13.
That's why they play the game.
Yeah.
And you get 13.5 points.
And oh, by the way, like, you know, the one thing that Tennessee doesn't have that Seattle's really good at, like Tennessee has no offensive line. Like Cam Ward may end up in hospice after this game.
I forgot who's going next.
We skipped Rod, so Rod's
it seemed Rob, I'm sorry. It's not anything against Canada. It's just you get skipped a little bit.
And look at this one, just as you said, Seattle on the road, been pretty good. Don't forget, New England's still perfect on the road as well. 5-0 straight up, 5-0 against the number. Is the Patriots on the road, and hey, so is Seattle. For some reason, Seattle decided on the road games. What is this, 10 straight they've won on the road?
Yeah.
Dating back a couple seasons now. So it just split. It used to be home field cooking. Home cooking was great for Seattle on the road. They were scary. Not now. They've been great on the road. I'll give it to Tennessee. That defense can slow things up. I kind of lean to an under because I don't know if they can put up enough points on Seattle to even keep this close. So I got this like 21-7 or something, maybe even 28-7. But I'll take the under and I'll lay it with Seattle. I just don't think Tennessee's got the offense to be able to hang here.
Mark already basically went just out of turn. I think Mark really loved the Titans. That's what he said.
No.
Really
loved it. By the way, Kosty, I feel like in the 5 picks, we're going to have 3 of the largest favorites in your 5 picks for the Circa. It's going to happen.
It's going that way. 75% Seahawks.
Yeah. Yep.
Baltimore's still leading with 79%. So
75. Yeah, there we go. All right. Next one up, we have Packers 6.5 point home favorites against the Vikings. Rod, you're first up.
Yeah, division game, right? So give me Minnesota out here on the road. I'll take the 6.5 you're going to give me. You look at what home cooking hasn't been so good for Green Bay. 2-3 against the number this season at home. You look at what the Green Bay's been doing over the last couple of months. They haven't covered anything. 1-7 ATS wise over the last couple of months is this Packers squad. Not like what I've seen. And we've seen the Vikings just fell short last week. The week before that, I like what we've seen from JJ, and I think he's just going to continue to get better and better as time goes along. I'll grab the 6.5 here with Minnesota coming in to Green Bay and Lambeau Field. Lambeau Field hasn't been so hot for Green Bay over the last couple. Usually they've been cooking, and I'm not liking one. Speaking of Fugazi, Green Bay's Fugazi, they're awful. There's the Fugaziest team. Love is trying to cook it up, but you guys dropping the ball, fumbling the ball. They haven't been good. I'll take the Vikings plus the 6.5.
Mark?
There's no way I'm betting on a guy who nicknames himself 9 and wears face paint. End of conversation. Packers minus 6.5. Thank you.
He has hated him wearing that face paint the whole season.
Grow up. It's not Halloween. It's not college either. Professional NFL quarterback. Act like it. Take the face.
You sound like Colin Coward's dumbass talking about backwards hats. Okay. Oh, he's wearing a backwards hat. He can't be a good quarterback then.
I'm sorry. What's your alter ego nickname? 6'7"? Stupid.
What about Jackson Dart with the stripe?
Again, grow up.
I might come on the show next week and just have face paint on.
And I will immediately hit X out.
Hey, you be careful of how much face paint you put on. I don't need this show getting canceled. Yeah.
Oh, it's great. I fucking hate JJ McCarthy. Coming into the year in the last year when they drafted him, I said it all along. He's a system quarterback in a run-based offense with Harbaugh. He's a good system quarterback for that Michigan offense. He's not going to be a good NFL quarterback. You see how many balls he overthrew last week? He's terrible. They shouldn't have let Darnold go. They made a bad decision, and now they're paying for it in a rebuilding phase where they didn't think they would have to go through it. So JJ McCarthy's ass. The Packers, I think it's a good bounce back spot. This is just one of those games. We forget about them. We think that they stink. They can't do anything. All of a sudden, they just blow up the Vikings at home. I think 6.5 is the right number, but I think they win this game by 10 plus. So Packers for me, and Jeremy's.
Yeah, I'll be brief. I'm on the Vikings with Rod here. It's a divisional game. I think the under's the play in the game. And if you look at this Packers team, they lost to the Browns earlier this year. I'm not like anybody can lose to anybody, and they don't pull away from teams. They let them hang around. So I'll take the points.
Vikings 53%. All right, next one up, we have game of the week. Chiefs at home, 3.5-point favorites against the Colts. Jeremy.
Yeah, I'll try to be brief here. Chiefs, I know they've lost back-to-back games. I know the Colts are coming off a bye. If you look at what the Chiefs have done to opposing teams' running backs, they frustrated it. And if Daniel Jones doesn't have the running game that he needs, I think he gets frustrated as well. Give me the Chiefs at home.
Rod?
Yeah, I agree. I'll lay it here with the Chiefs. It's just the Colts. This line opened 9.5. You lost the best of the number a long time ago. When this thing first opened, people piled in on the grabbing the bigger number. It's down to 3.5. That's where the value is. Chiefs win this by 7+.
What about you, Mark?
Jeremy, I'll give out a freemium here. No one's buying shit from me anyway, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, Kansas City minus 3.5. The last 14 times a team that has been 5-5 has been a favorite over a team that's won at least 80% of their games. They're 14-0 straight up, 12-0-2 against the number. Chiefs in a desperate spot. They win the game and cover.
I'm with Mark as well. I think this is the spot that we saw the Colts get trampled in when they went to Pittsburgh. I just think this is the get right spot for the Chiefs. They're not going to lose 3 in a row. This is their season. They go 5-6. They're done for the season. This is not a field goal game for them. I think they bring it to Daniel Jones, make him uncomfortable, shut down the running game. As good as the Colts defense is, I think the Chiefs do enough, win this game by 7. Chiefs 52%.
I'm glad the public schmucks are just jumping on the Colts jock.
That's not going to make the cut. Next one up, we have Jaguars -3 on the road at Cardinals. And this one is
there you go. Just stop right there and bet the other side. Jaguars on the road, bet the other side. End of conversation. I like the Cardinals. Like them a lot. Great teaser option. 100% Cardinals.
We get plus 7-point teaser or 6.5.
Doesn't matter. I think the Cardinals winning game outright. Trevor Lawrence stinks. There is not more of it. I've never seen a more average. I'd rather you just be really bad. The dude is so average, it's ridiculous. The only thing he's got good going for him is hair. That's it.
Great hair.
Quite hair. Jealous of.
I mean, do you see the top of my head? There's like a I don't know what happened. I think I got into this business 15 years ago. I had a full head of hair, and then this happened.
Yeah, I had a full head of hair, and then I got married, and then I got divorced. So there you go.
Don't worry, the second wedding's way better than the first.
Is it any less expensive?
No.
Okay.
Probably more.
I don't even know who it's on. Mark.
It was your pick, Kosty, wasn't it? Or did
Mark
you pick?
was really
No, it was actually my turn to start, but Mark decided he was
really
going first.
excited
He
about
loves Arizona. So, hey,
Cardinals.
So I'm going to go the other way. Give me the Jags just because. Bash and Mark Laura. Look at the number. It's -3 for a reason. Better team is scoring 28 points on the road. Where's Arizona getting their scoring from? They can't run the ball. They got zero running game whatsoever. So you got to throw the ball. It's easy. One-dimensional team. They suck ass. I'm telling you. Jags come in and kick the crap out of Arizona. I'm going to find the extendo. Give me the Jags -6.5 here in this one.
Yeah.
Blow out.
I'm
Blow out. Arizona sucks.
You couldn't pay me to take the Jags on the road. So I'm taking the Cardinals. Loss of Marvin Harrison is a factor with the appendix. I still think they do enough at home. They have a really good defense. They got shown up last week against the Niners. I think they bounce back at home. Trey McBride has a big game. I like him for an anytime touchdown. Give me the Cardinals on the money line, but I'll gladly take the 3 as well for the Circa. Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm the same as you two. I'm all over the Cardinals here. I think when you look at Jacksonville, and I've done this, talked about Pittsburgh, and then took the Chargers against Pittsburgh after the Steelers beat the Colts, and then I took the Jags against the Chargers last week, and here we are. Oh my God, the Jags are great. They're not. They're better at home. They're a good home team.
Yeah.
And I understand they had 2 wins on the
Arizona's
road.
amazing at home. How is Arizona amazing at home? They're 1-4 straight up, 1-4 against the number. Jags have more wins on the road than Arizona has wins at home.
Kyler Murray was that quarterback, and guess what? Kyler Murray is short and he stinks. Jacoby Brissett is a better option for that team offensively.
If you think so, that's why Jacoby Brissett's a backup, right? That's why he's sitting on the bench handing out water bottles. He hasn't been a starter on any team in years. Was it 10 years he's been a starter since Brissett's been a starter somewhere? No, he's just riding the bench.
I mean, he just threw for 400 yards.
Arizona's
so
season's done.
I think Jacksonville's season's done too. So I'm taking Arizona to win this game outright. I think Arizona is the better team at home as opposed to Jacksonville coming all the way out there to play. I think their defense shows up like they didn't show up against San Francisco. Give me Arizona on the money line.
Shutting it down. 50-50.
50-50.
No, you don't.
No.
Okay. All right, next one up. Let's keep it moving. Raiders are 4-point favorites at home against the Browns. Mark?
You got to love the Raiders here as a favorite. What does it tell you? All you need to know, that the Raiders are actually favored. Browns are really bad on the road. Their defensive splits take a huge dip on the road. And, oh, by the way, the Browns are, 0-17 in every single iteration of their first-time starting quarterback in the last 17 starting quarterbacks. So, I will go with the Raiders minus the 4.
Jeremy?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go back to the Raiders here as well. I mean, neither one of these teams. I've never been a big believer in Shedeur Sanders. I'm not going to say he's terrible because of coming in a game last week. We'll see what he looks like against this Raiders team. But with Brock Bowers back, I think they're capable of having a good game at home and winning that. So give me the Raiders.
Rod?
I don't trust the Raiders here. I'll take the Browns on the money line. They come into Vegas to get themselves an outright win. They got the better defense, not even close. The Raiders' offense is terrible. Geno Smith's a bum. He's good for 2 picks a game. Gentry's, they got no offensive line. They'll be running for his life all day in that one. Yeah, Browns money line, easy play for me.
How many clubs you think Shedeur's going to be hitting in Vegas while he's there? That's my question.
Maybe he'll hit up CD Lamb and see where he was.
Yep.
See where he was throwing up.
Yep.
Him and Pickens were balling it up 7 a.m.
Legendary.
Still young. He's not old like us people over here. So that's he's still young. He still has his hair. He's not completely bald. So hey, he still has hair. He can have a few drinks and still get up the next morning and not.
Now I'm self-conscious. I'm self-conscious. I'm going to put on a hat.
Well, if we're all feeling self-conscious, then I'm going to put on a mask. So
put on face paint. Browns 75%.
Woo, buddy.
Square dog.
Browns 75%. Keep it moving. Saints are a 2.5-point favorite at home against the Falcons. Jeremy, you're up.
Yeah, I'll go with the Saints here at home. I mean, this Falcons team, I think I never expected the Saints to be favored over anyone. And when I saw that line, I knew I wasn't going with the Falcons. Give me the Saints here in this spot to win the game outright. I do like Tyler Shuck to go over his passing prop. And before you say, oh, my God, you do. Yeah, it's under 200 or right around there. I think he gets over that.
Rod?
Yeah, passer. I'm not touching this game with a 10-foot pole. Not even going to borrow your money anymore and put a place on this game. Atlanta on the road's awful. Saints are just awful. This is an awful game. I am not putting money on this game. Ruffalo it.
All right, Mark?
Tease the Falcons. That's all I can tell you. I mean, Kirk Cousins is back, so there might actually be some semblance of a passing offense. The offense is going to look totally different than it did with Michael Penix. They're completely different quarterbacks. One's a lefty, one's a righty. Kirk Cousins can play from under center and do that thing called play action that helps teams, really be good. And with Bijan Robinson, no Drake London for the game though. Let's not talk about 2 loser teams anymore. Just tease the Falcons to get out of Dodge.
Tough game.
I'm taking the Falcons here. This is just one of those spots everybody's counting Kirk Cousins out. He had a horrible – every time he's come in for for, backup duties when Penix gets hurt. He's played horrible, but now they have a game plan for him. The guy is still viable in the regular season, and he's really good against bad teams. I think this is a get-right spot for the Falcons here, so I would grab the points. I think they win this game outright. And we have Falcons 57%. All right, let's keep it moving. Almost done. We have the next one up. We have Cowboys. Them boys.
Yes.
Getting 3.5 points at home versus the Eagles.
Yes.
I think Rod's up, right?
Go ahead, Rod.
Yeah, for me, I like the under. I think it's a divisional battle. We've seen Eagles games be boring and really not very much offense, and I think you get the same thing here. One of those low-scoring, slobber knocker, hard-hitting divisional battles. I'll take the under. 47 seems a touch high. Give me the under in this one.
Mark?
Dallas outright.
I'm with you. I think this is the spot for Dallas. I think
Dak
this
Prescott 6-1 all time at home against the Eagles. That one loss came back in 2017.
And I think their defense is better offensively. This is just a good spot for them, and I love the fact that I'm getting that hook, 3.5. So Cowboys for me as well. Jeremy?
Yeah, I mean, I'll co-sign on what you guys are saying. I like the Cowboys outright. Looking at the way they played in week one, I know you can't just go over that. If CeeDee Lamb catches that pass, maybe it's a different story, the way these seasons start off. I've been saying all year, I think the Eagles are good, but there's just something that's amiss with them. It's almost like they feel like they can flip the switch whenever they want. I like the way Dallas is playing right now, and surprisingly, even after some of the moves they've made, their defense looks better. Give me the Cowboys.
Rod?
I take the under. Lean to the
he started.
Cowboys because eventually the Eagles' low-scoring games and struggling to put up a whole pile of points, I think, comes back to haunt them. So I would lean to the Cowboys, but I like the under as the play here. 3 of the last 4 have been unders, and I think you get another under here. First to 20. 24-21 type game here. Finishes us out. Sneaks to the under.
59% Eagles. 59%. All right. 2 more games left. We have the Rams at home versus the Bucks. The Rams are laying 7. And Mark, you're first.
Bucks. I just genuinely think that, the Rams have had the fortunate pleasure of playing the AFC South and the NFC South this year. There's a lot of wins in there. Not saying they're fake, not saying they're fraud, just saying their record's a little inflated based off the competition here. Baker gets his team off the deck. Godwin should be back in the lineup. Give me the Bucks plus points.
I don't know if Godwin moves the needle for me, but I like the fact that I'm getting 7. I think they keep this game close. The Bucks have been keeping games close with every loss they've had this year for the most part. The Rams win, the Bucks cover. I love the fact that I'm getting a touchdown here. My back pocket. Bucky Irving should be. They haven't ruled him out yet, potentially coming back.
Possibility coming back.
But Tucker had a really good performance last week. They're going to need it this week against that pass rush. So what's the best way to get rid of that pass rush for the Rams? Run the ball. I think the Bucks do just enough to cover. So I'll take in the Bucks plus 7. Jeremy?
Yeah, I think that Tucker kid's a local kid from here. Didn't he go like Calvert Hall or something?
I think so.
Anyway, I like the Rams. The Bucks travel has just been crazy after their bye week. They lose at home to the Patriots. Then you got to go face the Bills. Now you're coming out to face the Rams. I think the Rams look like the best team in the NFC. Even though what I said about the Lions being at home, we've seen them cough it up on the road a couple times. But this Rams team's gone on the road, picked up some big wins. I'll take them. I know it seems like a lot of points, but I feel like there's a reason why it's a lot of points. What
big road wins have they gotten this year? They played Ravens without Lamar Jackson. They beat the Niners, and they beat the Titans. They lost to the Eagles.
And they won in London when they went in. They did the smart thing about instead of coming east twice, they won here, and then they beat Jackson. Or who did they beat in London? Was it Jacksonville? Yeah, Jacksonville. They smoked them. That was the Devontae Adams 3-touchdown game. And they should have beaten the Eagles if it's not for that block kick at the end. So, yeah, they're a good team. I like them here in this spot. But they're playing at home.
I like the over here. I think we see some points. As I said, I think Bucky Irvin's back. Godwin's back. Bucks have been putting up points. And then we get hitting overs, too. So at 49.5, it's a 49.5 for a reason. We get it in the 50s. Give me the over, Rams, Bucks. Give me a shootout here in this one. I love this game. Should be a good one. Leading the Bucks with you. I'm seeing this line's all over. You can find a 6.5 if you like the Rams, and I'm also seeing some 7.5 starting to pop up. If you like the other side, you can get that hook at 7.5. So definitely shop your number on whatever side you're looking for.
We can't shop anything in the Circa. We get
No,
the
you
number,
can't. No,
that's
what are they
the
giving you?
number.
7? 7
That's
is
it.
what you got.
That's all we get. No extra credit.
No.
All right, last one, 49ers at home, 7-point favorite against the Panthers, and Jeremy starts here.
Well, I'm going to be real quick. I'll take the Panthers plus the points. I do think the Niners win this game. I don't care about some of the other stuff. This Niners defense just gives up big plays. We just watched, as bad as you think Jacoby Brissett is, he threw 400 yards against this team, and I know a lot of it was in junk time. But that being said, I think the Panthers can at least keep it within the number.
Rod?
Yeah, but with Jerry, got the Panthers at the points here in this one. No, I'd be a lot closer than everybody loving up on the 49ers, because that's what's going to happen. They're going to be like, oh, the 49ers are back. Yay! No, give me Carolina plus the points.
Mark?
Let's see. The Panthers are typically very bad on the road, okay? After the last 3 road wins against the Jets, the Packers, and the Falcons, oh, by the way, all 3-point road wins, they got blown out by the Bills, they got dominated by the Saints, and they'll get dominated here by the San Francisco 49ers. So, back-to-back road games for the first time this year. Not a good spot for Carolina. Niners need a win, must-win spot. They win and cover.
Yeah, I'm with Mark there. Niners are a different team with Purdy. We saw that last week. The timing, getting guys healthy. Kittle's back, Juwan Jennings. You have Ricky Pearsall's back. I mean, they're getting healthier at the right time, and you saw that what they did to the Cardinals last week. I think the Niners blow this Panthers team out on the road by double digits. So this one's 50-50, so it's not going to make the cut. So the winners are the Ravens, the Lions, the Browns, the Bucks, and the Patriots. That's it. Thank you, Jeremy, Rod, and Mark, for joining me today. Guys, if you're looking to make real money this weekend, buy these guys' picks. I'm telling you, you're not going to be disappointed. Do something long-term with them. They're the sharpest eyes in the industry, and you want to take advantage of what they have to offer. So that's it. Any last words from any one of you?
I mean, how about a big winning weekend? Enjoy it. Should be some good games there this weekend. Looking forward to it.
We will try to act more. I think that's
6,
the right
7.
thing to do. Yeah, 6, 7 tomorrow. Or no, probably doing it wrong. Who the fuck cares? Everyone have a winning day.